Kane here today with an episode of Minecraft Dinosaurs, and today we are back on the world to, well, finally finish this exhibit off. Yeah, we still got a lot of work to do. We still got a lot of stuff to just place down, get finished off. It'll all be pretty good, hopefully, though. In between last episode and now, we actually did go on a bit of a resource collection journey over in the Mesa biome during a live stream. So we got a bunch of resources ready to go, and yeah, we just gotta finish up this build today. I'm still kind of not sure exactly how this viewing platform is going to change. I've got some new ideas though. I've got some new ideas and some stuff I think that could be pretty interesting. But yeah, we'll see what happens with that. Probably the first thing I'm going to work on is just finishing off the terrain in here. Once that's done, then we'll kind of transition over to this. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to get started on all that, and I'll bring you guys back in when I've made some progress. All right, and here we are back with a bit more progress done on the exhibit. So I've managed, well, to just kind of throw in a bit more sand and everything. Yeah, I think this is starting to look pretty good. We just need to do this like back portion here and like actually fill this in. And then we need to fill this in. So yeah, I think we're a little more than halfway done with replacing the grass, which is good. So hopefully by the next time I bring you guys back, this should be done. And I'll start working on some of the other stuff. But man, I feel like I need another block and I'm not really sure what it is yet. I might actually, maybe I'm gonna do some research on my test world and kind of see what block I need. Because I need something in the orange, because there's like enough blocks to break up these like coarse dirt patches to kind of like blend them and stuff, but there's nothing really in these just massive red sand patches. Maybe I need red sandstone, I guess? I'm not really sure. We'll see what I end up needing. But yeah, it's looking pretty good so far, I think. I am also getting some more ideas for the viewing platform. So I might also try and start taking that down between now and the next clip. Just kind of, get that whole process started and see where I kind of want to go with it. I'm not really sure exactly on what I want to do, but I'm also thinking somewhat that it should definitely incorporate something with it. Well, not actually incorporate this, but like, because what is it? We've been basically destroying this whole lake here, and I'm probably going to continue to do that for the most part. But I was thinking, like, we could definitely have, like, a little seating area / park / maybe, like, small food court or something, like, over here. Not saying we're going to build all that soon, but an idea, at least, could go over here. But yeah, that's definitely something that we could do. Yeah, also, completely random thing, but you guys will remember there was a live stream in between this episode and last, because, I'm pretty much sure I just mentioned it like a minute ago for you guys, although that's been like a couple hours for me. But I do actually think I have an idea for the Raptor House now, to the point where I'm thinking it might actually happen in the next 50 episodes. We'll kind of see. We'll see what happens, but, I think that might be happening sooner than I thought it was. So yeah, that's cool. But anyway, I am going to get back to this. I'm going to get some more work done, and I'm going to bring you guys back once, hopefully at least, I have finished laying down all the sand, coarse dirt, and whatnot. All right, everybody, here we are, and this is what has happened to our Megalania exhibit. And I have to say, it looks way better. After getting some shears, getting some silk touch out, we got some grass in here, we've got some dead bushes, we got some little fern type things, we got some acacia trees, and this all looks really good. I have to say I was feeling pretty iffy about it because, before it was just orange sand and coarse dirt and stuff, and it didn't look too great, but the more I've added in, the better and better it started to look, and I think adding in the plants really just kind of gave it that extra little bit of good. I do think I need to get rid of some of these dead bushes. I think I put too many in, but we'll see about that later. I did also figure out what block I wanted to use, and that was the orange terracotta, because it kind of gives a bit of a, well, I don't know, a different texture. I didn't go all the way around the exhibit doing it. I might still do that. I just didn't really feel like doing it now. Anyway, I guess now it's time to begin working on this thing. This horrible project I have to do. I did end up moving all my stuff back over here just because, well, you know, I don't really want to have all of it in this area because, you know, if we're tearing it all down, it's kind of gonna be iffy. Anyway, so I've been coming up with some more ideas, and I think I'm gonna try and explain it before we go and start trying to build this. Basically, the idea here is, it's gonna stay this height initially, right? We're gonna maybe like right around here. We're gonna get rid of this fence, and we're actually gonna get rid of this shape. In fact, I'm gonna have to actually, I think that's also kind of why I stopped texturing the ground, is because the ground shape is going to change, because as is something I think I need to start doing, I'm trying to get rid of these just straight on rigid paths and kind of make some more fluid, interesting looking ones. We've kind of done that a bit over there. But the idea is I'm even thinking I'm gonna extend the path out a bit more this way, and then it'll loop into maybe around here or so. And we'll build a bit more of like a large like semicircle here for a viewing area. Or maybe we'll just kind of like start it here, and then like the sides will come back to about here. And then the pathway is going to like lower down a tiny bit and just kind of probably not even come over this direction, but it's gonna lower down a bit, kind of come around here, and then maybe there'll be a lower viewing area around here. And then we'll I do think I'm gonna go for that plaza type idea that I had, and that'll kind of link off this, so there'll be another pathway kind of heading down on a gentle slope that direction. And I think that should look pretty good. I think it should look pretty good overall. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I feel like I might be going a bit over the top, and I definitely know that it's gonna mean we're gonna have to bring these terracotta walls around, so I might have to go back to the mesa again to get more resources for this. I also think it is going to make the idea of connecting up this to the mammoth enclosure a bit more difficult, because I still think that's something that should happen. I'm, again, very much questioning if I'm actually going to get that to happen by episode 100, because, what, this is episode 92 now? Yeah, episode 92. We still have a lot of stuff to get done, particularly with the mammoth enclosure. I mean, we still need to finish all this. We still need to finish the Megaloceros. We still have a bunch of other decorations to throw in. So I'm thinking we might leave the connector tunnel between this and that as a side project we'll get to if we can, kind of thing. Or maybe we'll do it on a live stream, who knows. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna get to work on destroying this and kind of laying out I think I'm gonna try and lay out the pathway first. And once I've kind of got this set up, then I'll bring you guys back and kind of give you a better idea of what I'm doing, and we'll go from there. So I'll catch up with you guys in just a second. All right, here we are, and this is what I have. So, yeah, it's completely different than what we've previously had. In fact, it's even somewhat taking out some of the stuff we just built, which is a bit annoying, but at the same time, kind of cool. I think there's some good ideas here. So, if we run into the exhibit real quick, which is probably the area where I can give you the best kind of overview of this, I think this is gonna look a lot nicer, just right off the bat. It's a bit less, I don't know, dramatic, I guess. It kind of actually, to draw a bit of a parallel, I think when finished, this is gonna feel a lot more like my Adaphosaurus enclosure than what this originally did feel like, which I think is actually gonna be a good thing. And in fact, somewhat being inspired by two other YouTubers, being Lurakit and Innovative Pachyderm, with how they kind of do exhibits and viewing areas and stuff like that. I kind of like how they do theirs. Theirs are very different than how I generally style mine. Mine are generally, well, I mean, if you guys have been watching the series, although I don't know how, it's blowing my mind. We're almost episode 100 still. Like, it's absolutely insane. I generally do very, like, like this, like very straight edged, defined viewing areas that, like, I don't know, it's more of a walkway that walks by an exhibit than anything else. And I'm kind of wanting to stray away from this a bit occasionally, just because, we can do cool stuff without having pathways exactly like this. And I really like this idea, like the Adaphosaurus exhibit we have, where it's just kind of, like, even from this fence, you won't necessarily be able to see tons. And then you'll come up to this big old platform that'll kind of take you towards the center of the exhibit, and you can kind of overlook the whole area. and then we're gonna have this other secondary pathway that kind of goes down. And it'll go down behind the rock pretty quickly, so it's not like from here you're gonna be able to see much. Although I am contemplating maybe putting a bit of a glass wall, like a bit of glass embedded in the wall like here, so you can kind of see in. And that's kind of where this comes into play. I'm not really sure exactly how this is gonna work. This is the second layout I've done for this. I did one I'm not gonna show off, but this second layout here kind of gives me a different option than what I did have. Originally this was just gonna like come straight off from there, so basically just this first line basically, right? But then I was like, you know, maybe we could put like a cave in here or something. And then I was like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if we had like a viewing area into like a sleeping section for the Megalania? It's like this big, dark, hollowed out cave. And I thought that could be really cool. Lots of cool stuff could be done with that. And yeah, I like this. It's also giving me, again, more ideas for the Raptor House. Oddly enough, I'm thinking this is actually somewhat how the Raptor House is going to be. Which is weird to say. I've got ideas for it, and to be honest, if you want like a really good idea of what I'm thinking right now, if you've ever been to the National Zoo, I think it's called, in DC, they have, I believe, it's a tropical rainforest house building type thing. And what it basically is, it's like, it's not like, you know, our Terror Bird building or any buildings I've really done in the past where, you know, it's like exhibit, or an aquarium or anything like that. It's like you walk into the building and it's like walking into a jungle, and it's fantastic. And I'm thinking that's how the Raptor House is going to be when we eventually get to that. Anyway, I'm not sure if I'm going to keep this idea. We might. I am liking now the idea of putting like a small glass indent in the wall, maybe around here or something. Kind of raised up a bit, kind of like in line with the pathway. Not like a super big window, kind of like a small one that just kind of you can look through. We'll see about that. We'll see about that indeed. But yeah, that's what we've got, guys. So I'm gonna do the last little bits of work. Hopefully I'll finish it all up. And once I finish it up, well, it's gonna be off to doing or just adding back in the Megalania, which would be pretty cool. One other thing I just realized I need to mention, don't I, is yeah, so I did get rid of the fence, and I'm going to basically just replace this entire area with terracotta walls. So it's basically making this its own enclosed mesa biome, and lots of people were suggesting I should do this, and I really like the idea, and I think it's gonna be cool. We're gonna do some like wooden beams coming down to kind of like support this. So I'm not sure if we're gonna do the usual glass railing over here. We might still, just because it's the traditional glass railing we do, but maybe I'll do something a bit more like what I do with the Triceratops viewing area. We'll see. I don't think this viewing area here is going to be covered, because I feel like it would be kind of hard to do a good covered like walkway over here, but we'll see. Something cool could happen. I guess one other thing I'm thinking of is the terraforming over here. Maybe this will get done as part of the like finalization, I'd say, of this project. But I am starting to think we might even be redoing bits over here with the terrain, to the point where we may even remove the back part of this fence that's part of the Elasmotherium exhibit. So their exhibit may actually get extended out, and we'll kind of build up this like dividing kind of like hill here that'll kind of connect up to there. So, you know, more mountain building as I've done in the past. And then it'll kind of like curve off around here and start lowering down here, and then we'll have the pathway come off here. This will all be completely flattened, and we'll use like stone brick or brick itself and kind of make this really nice plaza area over there. We're not going to do that this episode, but I don't know. I like sharing the ideas I'm excited about trying to build with you guys, and kind of letting you know what I'm thinking about. Anyway, I'm going to get started on just finishing all this up, kind of getting it working, and I'll bring you guys back in, and hopefully we'll put the Megalania back in their enclosure, and we can finally call this project done. So I'll see you guys in just a second. All right, here we are with the final product, and I have to say I'm pretty happy with how this has turned out. This is the walkway. We got our big semicircular viewing area. We got the pathway that's just kind of hugging the cliffside here as we head down. I haven't ended up deciding to do the cave yet. I'm still debating whether or not I want to do it. I think I need to rework the pathway slope a bit. I think mainly just making it a bit less gradual and a bit more, I don't know, sudden, a bit more steep probably, to kind of get this pathway down to the point where it'll comfortably tuck into a cave. Let me just throw some resources there so I can see my hand and whatnot. It's nice to be able to see your hands, but I like this. I think this exhibit's turning out really well. I think bringing the cliffs in like this is just fantastic. I think it looks super cool. And I have to say, I really like having this cliff here just be the wall, like the retaining wall to keep you from going around. I mean, yes, I know realistically you could just climb over, but we're gonna pretend you can't. I mean, because at the same time, you know, you can very easily just jump over the railing. So, you know what? Yeah. Anyway, if we head up here and we kind of look over here, I didn't even put the pillars in. I completely forgot about that. Yeah, because I went down to decorate and then I never, I was gonna do wooden pillars, but I think we'll just do some quick ones using these and we should have enough of these to quickly do this, right? Yeah. We'll just kind of throw these down and that should be all good. I can't believe I forgot that. Well, actually I can understand why I forgot it, just because, like I said, I had to place down all the materials down there and then I kind of forgot and all that, but it's fine. We can even quickly, just doing, you know, that little bit of on-screen work, because I feel like I should do a bit every now and again. Just kind of throw this in like that, and we can throw more under later if I need to. But even that looks pretty good. But I've continued this under here. We've got the mesa actually going underneath the platform, and I like that as well. It kind of just, I think it does a really good job at just making you feel like it's an outback type area. It's just, I don't know, it's got its own unique little feel. It's got a cool little look to it. It's its own little world, kind of like our Dodo exhibit, and I'm really happy with that. And I definitely think we need to start doing more exhibits like this in the park. So yeah, goals for later. Not saying we need to do that with the rest of the Ice Age Park. I think the rest of the Ice Age Park is still looking fantastic. I mean, this looks wonderful. All the exhibits we've worked on so far just look fantastic, and I'm really happy with how everything's turning out. But I will say, just again, because, you know, with how much annoyance I had with the previous walkway, this is just so much nicer. It looks so much, I don't know, it's simple, and I like that. It's not complex, it's not this huge monstrosity, it's just a simple little walkway that does what it needs to do, and I love that about it. Anyway, we'll head through the doors. I know we don't need to, but we'll head through these little doors here real quick. We'll finally do what we needed to do, which was release these guys. And I don't think I got bit last time when I was like catching them, but I'm gonna hope they don't bite me this time. Yeah, I think they're like tamed or something, or at least they're not aggressive to me. All right, so there's the Megalania. All right, let's head back out and let's get a look at them. Although even from here, ooh, that's kind of cool. I've just realized something, and I actually really like this realization because I think it actually is kind of awesome. I want to see from up here though before I say anything about it. Yes, okay, it is. I like this way better for one reason, and that is this matches the color tone of the Megalanias way better. It really does. Because they stood out really well against like the green grass and stuff like that, and you know, I mean, that's fine and whatnot, but like this, just like this more deserty look, they look so much cooler. And I don't know, they definitely look like they fit much more because their color pattern matches the environment around them. Although I have to say once again, because now this exhibit technically is even bigger, I think we need more. I think we at least need one more Megalania. We're not gonna do that this episode, but maybe episode like 99, or maybe on a live stream we'll get another Megalania in. I should put a tiny little bit of water in, maybe like over here or something, to kind of give them a bit of drinking water. But overall, I'm really liking this. I think I've done a really good job. I'm pretty happy with how this looks. And yeah, I guess next episode we'll start back up with the frozen area, which will be a bit of a funny shift. You know, we just built a desert, now we're gonna go build a frozen tundra. But yeah, anyway, thank you all for watching. I hope you've all enjoyed. Let me know what you think of this exhibit in the comments down below, and until next time guys, see ya.